example, passed their time in 2 postures only, and accorded with all his works. One day Bodhisattva Sataparudita heard a heavenly voice which said, "On the 7th day from today the Bodhisattva Dharmadgata emerges from his trance, and he at this time, seated in the center of the town, demonstrates dharma." As Sataparudita hears the heavenly voice, he is contented, elated, joyous, overjoyed and jubilant. Together with the merchant's daughter and her 500 maidens he cleans the ground, spreads out the seat made of the 7 precious things, takes off his upper garment, and spreads it on top of the seat. The maidens also took off their upper garments, spread their 500 upper garments on this seat, and thought, "Seated on this seat the Bodhisattva Dharmadgata demonstrates dharma." And these also are contented, elated, joyous, overjoyed and jubilant. As the Bodhisattva Sataparudita wanted to sprinkle the ground he cannot find any water, though he searched all round. For Mara, the evil one, was thought to and therefore seemed to have hidden all the water. And he did this so Sataparudita, as he cannot find any water, becomes depressed and sad, or change his mind, with the result his wholesome rote may vanish, or the fervor of this worship be dimmed. The Bodhisattva Sataparudita now thinks to himself, "Let me pierce my own body, and sprinkle the ground with my blood. The ground is full of rising dust, and I fear some of it may fall on the body of the Bodhisattva Dharmadgata. What else can I do with this body which is of necessity doomed to break up? Better surely this, my body be destroyed by such an action rather than by an ineffectual one. For the sake of sense pleasures, as a result of sense pleasures many thousands frames of mine again and again, while I wandered in birth and death, break up, but never in conditions as favorable as these, never for the sake of gaining the good law. As these once more be broken up, let these in any case be broken up in a holy cause." He took a sharp sword, pierced his body on every side, and everywhere sprinkled any piece of ground with his own blood. The merchant's daughter with her 500 maidens followed his example, and did as he did. But here is no alteration of thought in either the Bodhisattva Sataparudita, or in all these maidens, which gives what's seen and thought of as Mara, the evil one, a chance of entering in order to obstruct these wholesome rotes. Sakra, chief of gods, thinks to himself, "It is wonderful how this Bodhisattva Sataparudita loves dharma, how firm his sense of obligation, how great this armor he has put on, and how he disregards this body, this life, and these pleasures, and how resolutely he sets out with the goal of knowing full enlightenment, in his aspiration to set free any and all beings from measureless sufferings of birth and death, once he knows full enlightenment." Sakra now changes by magic all this blood into heavenly sandalwood water. And all round this piece of ground, for 100 leagues, an inconceivable sublime scent, the scent of the heavenly sandalwood water, filled the air. And Sakra said to Sataparudita, "Well done, son of good family. I applaud your inconceivable vigor, your supreme love and search for dharma. The Tathagatas in this past also procure the right to full enlightenment through this kind of earnest intention, vigor and love for dharma." The Bodhisattva Sataparudita now thinks to himself, "I spread out the seat for the Bodhisattva Dharmadgata, and I swept and sprinkled this piece of ground. Now I must still get flowers with which to cover this piece of ground, and to scatter over the Bodhisattva Dharmadgata as he demonstrates dharma." Sakra now says to Sataparudita, "Accept these heavenly Mandarava flowers for this twofold purpose." And he presented him with 1,000 heavenly kara measures of heavenly flowers. And the Bodhisattva Sataparudita accepted these flowers, and used some of them to cover the piece of ground, and, later on, he strewed others over the Bodhisattva Dharmadgata. Dharmadgata's demonstration of dharma. At the lapse of 7 years, the Bodhisattva Dharmadgata emerges from his trance, goes up to the seat spread out for him, sits down on this, and, surrounded and attended by an assembly of many hundreds of thousands, he demonstrates dharma. The moment the Bodhisattva Sataparudita sees the Bodhisattva Dharmadgata, he is filled with a kind of happiness which a monk feels as, with one pointed attention, he obtains the first trance. And this is the demonstration of the perfection of wisdom by the Bodhisattva Dharmadgata. The perfection of wisdom is self-identical, and as such, any and all dharmas are same. Perfect wisdom is isolated, and as such, any and all dharmas are isolated. Perfect wisdom is immobile, and as such, any and all dharmas are immobile. Perfect wisdom is devoid of mental acts, and as such, any and all dharmas are devoid of mental acts. Perfect wisdom is unbenumbed, and as such, any and all dharmas are unbenumbed. Perfect wisdom has but one single taste, and as such, any and all dharmas have one and the same taste. Perfect wisdom is boundless, and as such, any and all dharmas are boundless. Perfect wisdom is non-produced, and as such, any and all dharmas are non-produced. Perfect wisdom is non-stopping, and as such, all dharmas are not stopped. As firmament is boundless, so perfect wisdom. As the ocean is boundless, so perfect wisdom. As Meru shines in multicolored brilliance, so does perfection of wisdom. As firmament is not fashioned, so perfect wisdom is not fashioned. Perfect wisdom is boundless, and as such form and the other skandhas are boundless. Perfect wisdom is boundless, and as such, the element of earth and the other elements are boundless. Perfect wisdom is self-identical, and as such, the adamantine dharma is self-identical. Perfect wisdom is undifferentiated, and as such, all dharmas are undifferentiated. Non-apprehension of perfect wisdom follows from non-apprehension of all dharmas. Perfect wisdom remains the same regardless of whatever or whoever this may appear to surpass, and as such all dharmas remain the same regardless of whatever or whoever these may surpass. Perfect wisdom is powerless to act, and as such all dharmas are powerless to act. Perfect wisdom is unthinkable, and as such, all dharmas are unthinkable. Here and now on this occasion is born in the Bodhisattva Sataparudita the king of concentrations called sameness of any and all dharmas, and, consequent on this, the concentrations called isolation of any and all dharmas, immobility of any and all dharmas, absence of any and all mental acts in any and all dharmas, lack of numbness in any and all dharmas, the one taste of any and all dharmas, boundlessness of any and all dharmas, boundless like firmament, boundless like the ocean, brilliant and multicolored like Meru, not fashioned, like firmament, boundless like form, etc., boundless like the element of earth, etc., adamantine, non-differentiatedness of any and all dharmas, non-apprehension of any and all dharmas, sameness of any and all dharmas, whatever these may surpass, any and all dharmas are powerless to act, any and all dharmas are unthinkable. Beginning with these, the Bodhisattva Sataparudita acquired 6 million concentration doors. End chapter 31.